would you do if a family member or friend tells you that they're going to invest their entire life savings in a future technology like blockchain, crypto, or the metaverse? Well, this guy did that against the advice of family and friends just because they couldn't raise any funds from investors. And his company, Sandbox VR, started to show up on the radar just slightly after that. Super crazy, right? But wait, later on Steve did an actually interesting move. He had all his meetings back to back with investors and he put them all in the same waiting room so that he would create a sense of FOMO when he was raising funds. And it actually worked. Within 5 days, Sandbox VR raised around $68 million in their Series A fund, led by the famous Andreessen Horowitz. When I heard the story, I wondered, is there a pitch deck that they used? Is it available online? And it was available online. So we're gonna check it out right now. So I like how this deck starts. The holodeck company, basic cover page, and then they immediately say, let's be real. VR has been a disappointment. They're trying to address an essence of a problem. It is a problem. You've heard about VR for a very long time, but have you really seen a good VR product? I personally have tried many, but there was no valid product that was like, wow, this is like the movies and so on. So they started to address that, which is perfect. And then adoption has been disappointing as well. So it kind of makes sense since the products are not good. The market adoption is not also that good. Controlled installed base, VR headsets. And then they move on to show that the engagement has been disappointing. So they're starting to say the story of how disappointing VR products are by showing the different aspects of it. And also, it kind of makes sense. All of this makes sense. If you have a bad product, then adoption is not going to be good, and then engagement also is not going to be good. So then they say we wanted the holodeck and an image in the movie, which I assume is Star Trek, I'm not sure. And then they say instead we got a disembodiment head holding floating joystick tethered to a computer while sitting in a chair at home alone, which is perfectly true. A perfect pitch deck tells a story that is relatable to the reader. And when you talk about VR at that time, yeah, it was very disappointing. It is things that you see with sticks and sitting at home. It's not the experience that we imagined. So we went and built a freaking holodeck, you guys. Be anyone, go anywhere. Ever high-fived a friend in VR? Then this is the solution slide that they're starting to pitch. And we put we put one in your neighborhood, and they're starting to show their geographical expansion and how they're expanding, and images of people actually trying it. What I like about this deck is it showcases a lot of valid traction, people who are actually using it. Running exclusive AAA sandbox experiences with some of their usages, traction slides, more traction slide, fun to play, fun to watch. Guests are blown away. That's my favorite slide. Sometimes, I said it before, but sometimes a user review is a lot stronger than an investor review or than an analyst's review. And here they show that guests are being blown away. 5.5 reviews on Facebook, 4.9 on Google, and they put this intentionally because if you're just saying you're 5.5 everywhere, that's not realistic. And guest satisfaction drives strong demand. Now these are the slides that financial investors would be looking at. And in that case, you'd see that they are growing in terms of locations and in terms of usage as well. The guest satisfaction is increasing. Strong demand derives strong economics. I like the pitch deck design in general. It's simple and it's modern with the times of today. They didn't put the numbers here. I think they redacted it from the slides. And then they say strong economics enabled aggressive growth. I love it when pitch decks just put titles of sentences or lines that are describing the slide rather than just put like the normal, this is the financial growth or the traction, So this I like, and they show the growth of the company in general and their phases and how they're intending to do that in the future. Aggressive growth enables exclusive content. It kind of makes sense. So they're just putting future plans as well in this slide, which builds network effects over time. So they're just connecting all of this as a story. Like, that we have strong demand and we have strong economics, which is going to lead to aggressive growth, and putting this in exclusive content, we have the cycle that we need. Bootstrapping a new medium, and then the opportunity, why now? All just luring into the next part of the deck. This is all just barely possible and rapidly improving. The problem with this business in general is the business model. think about it. If you're really building a VR hub per se, then it has to be scalable. And for this, it wasn't really that scalable. So that's why they said this is all just barely possible and rapidly improving. So they have plans that are much larger than what they have right now. Haptics, motion capture, wireless VR, all very good plans of the future. Experiences are the king in a digitally saturated world. When everyone's just going digital, sometimes it's just smart to just pause and look around at a very good experience. And that's what they're showing here. This is an operationally intensive business. Companies, I assume, they also redacted the information here. Maybe they didn't, I'm not sure, but they probably, if they submitted this to an investor and raised funds with it, they would have put the names of the companies. And then their team slide, Steve and the other people, how they found it or their experiences, and ending it in a hollow deck in every neighborhood and just showing a picture. It feels like they're trying to show the children or the child in each and every one of them that wanted a VR product that we saw in movies that we never had. And that's why this deck is relatable and it's perfect. It's if you're interested in VR, this is what they're trying to talk to you. And that's why I like this deck. So this pitch deck says the first part of a long VR story. Remember, back in 2019 when this deck was out, there was kind of a technological revolution in the making. Cryptocurrency, blockchain, the metaverse, companies were going to be affected like Facebook changing to Meta and so on. And this was just creating a FOMO that when all of this happens, we're going to be there. And we're in the virtual reality industry. But the true essence of the deck lies in the fact that they're saying, you know what the problem is? The VR experience is not being fulfilled right. And that's what we're doing. We're creating a solution to the fact that VR products are not that good. Add some reviews from people in the real world, and you've got yourself a business. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of these analyses coming up.